watching CBS 5 News at 6, winner of the Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence.
Good evening. The top 5 stories are coming up. Let's get the Weather Authority forecast right off the top. Meteorologist Violet Skyber is looking ahead to Monday night.
And another winter feeling overnight. Temperatures are already starting to drop, and we really didn't get that high today, only in the 30s. And we're also seeing some flakes flying, but in general, they are light and going to stay that way as we head through this evening. A live look from our triple Doppler radar, sponsored by Charles Heating and Air Conditioning. Most of the snow is along and west of I-81, and it's going to stay that way, but slowly tapering to flurries by sunrise tomorrow. This is from a coastal system that is on the way out. Notice some drier but colder air to our north. It's going to be dropping in during the overnight, but our cloud cover will also shed away heading into early tomorrow. The snow showers will remain overhead until about 7 or 8 a.m. and really only expecting around a coating for most places. Temperatures will be dropping through the 30s this evening, eventually mid-20s by sunrise tomorrow, and breezy conditions overnight. But tomorrow afternoon we'll be climbing higher than we were higher temperatures than we were today, from the 20s in the morning to the lower 40s in the afternoon, and slowly starting to get milder as we go towards the middle of the week. A look at the full forecast is coming up.
Thanks, Violet. Here are the top 5 stories on CBS 5 News. The jury is seated in the trial of a former mid-state correctional officer charged in the beating death of inmate Messiah Nantwi. Jonah Levi faces a charge of second-degree murder, first-degree manslaughter, and gang assault. He's one of 5 former officers set to go on trial in connection with the death of the 22-year-old at Mid-State Correctional in Oneida County. The beating happened during the statewide prison strikes in March of last year. Tonight, the Orange play undefeated reigning national champs UConn. From Gamble Pavilion, home court for the Huskies. The last time Syracuse faced UConn was the second round of the 2024 tournament, where Syracuse gave the Huskies a scare but ultimately lost 72-64. Tonight's game is on ESPN. We'll have the best plays on CBS 5 News at 11. The Taste of Syracuse and other festivals that use Clinton Square need to move for the summer of 2027, next year. Work on the 81 project will demand the city find a new spot to host the summer festivals. The City Parks Department has floated the idea of using Progress Park and other areas of the Inner Harbor instead, but says it needs about $3 million to make the Inner Harbor a suitable host. The money would pay for new railings along the piers and replacing the wood on the pedestrian bridge. LaGuardia Airport is back open after an Air Canada flight collided with a fire truck as it landed last night. The pilot and the co-pilot died and dozens of others were injured. The airport announced it would close until 2 this afternoon for further investigation. According to FlightAware, more than 600 flights were canceled.
I don't really have too much an opinion on that. I do say that I think they should just fund the Department of Homeland Security, pay those workers. They're here for a reason, to protect us every day, and I don't think ICE agents should really be up there just filling in the hole.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents have been deployed to 14 airports to help with crowd control. TSA workers haven't been getting paid because of the partial government shutdown. That's caused many of them to call in sick or outright quit, and the lines have been very long. If you have travel plans that take you to the airport, you should be prepared for delays. The government shutdown is ending its 6th week, and with it, long lines at some big airports across the country. What does it mean here in central New York? So far, we have not had significant complaints about added wait times at Hancock Airport. Today, we spent the day at the airport, hearing directly from travelers. CBS 5's Dejanay Ross is with the Live Eye at the airport tonight.
Yeah, Michael, at Syracuse Hancock International Airport, things may look normal, but for many travelers, the real delays start somewhere else. At Syracuse Hancock International Airport, some travelers say their trips have been smooth, but others are running into delays, especially at larger airports.
Today was a little interesting. My flight was boarding around 6 a.m. I thought that I was going to be fine getting around 5. I probably wait in line for about 45 minutes. I usually get through that line at about 10.
Experts say smaller airports like Syracuse rely on busier hubs, where delays can quickly stack up. And while some travelers are considering driving instead, AAA says higher travel demand is pushing costs up across the board, especially during peak travel season. Now, whether you're flying or driving, travelers are being urged to plan ahead, arrive early, and expect the unexpected. Reporting at Syracuse Hancock International, I'm Dejanay Ross.
And in the middle of all that, try to enjoy your trip, I suppose, a little bit. Try.
Yeah.
Dejanay, thanks. The Liverpool School District is facing a more than $12 million budget gap, and officials at the school district say there are tough decisions coming. CBS 5's Rachel Culver has new information right now.
District officials say the need to keep meeting about past spending and plans for the future is more crucial than ever.
I think we need to keep having these meetings right till the end of the school year, and then first thing starting next year as we work to keep from overspending and continuing to close our budget gap in year 2 and year 3.
According to a presentation that is being presented at Monday's board meeting, the proposed solution to closing this budget gap involves cutting the equivalent of 83 full-time positions, a 3.3% increase to the tax levy, and pulling $12.5 million from the district's reserves, or rainy day funds. The approach tries to avoid cuts that directly impact students.
But there might be opportunities to share staff and find efficiencies and that's the balance, supporting our students while being financially responsible.
A final solution to closing this budget gap is almost certain to weigh how much to pull from district reserves and how much to ask taxpayers to cover. I'm Rachel Culver, reporting.
Right now at CNYCentral.com, it's our accountability question of the day. We're asking where you would cut if it was your decision. What areas of school programming do you think you would take money from? You can vote in our poll right now at CNYCentral.com. Good parents work hard to give their children the best. Great parents do the same for their staff. It's an expanding domestic industry. We're looking at health care for the caretakers.
And a live look from our Stanley Law Skywatch Regency Tower camera, winter chill and flakes flying, but spring warmth is on the way in from the west. I'll let you know when it gets here and how much warmer it's going to be towards the middle of the week, plus the threat of strong to severe thunderstorms. Stay tuned for the full forecast.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
Severe storms brought hail to Dayton, Ohio on Sunday. It was a similar scene in western Pennsylvania. The cold front that caused the storms also sent temperatures plummeting from the mid-80s in Pittsburgh yesterday afternoon to mid-30s this morning. As Washington, D.C. waits for peak cherry blossom bloom in the coming days, the tree's pinks and white colors are already on display 2,300 miles away in Washington state.
For more content like this, follow the National Weather Desk on TikTok.
Has become a super competitive field as families who can afford it are searching for the most qualified applicants. Christian Benavides tells us more.
You had a great day at school.
Kavita Shanae is a business owner and mother of 2. She relies on nannies like Victoria Smith to keep her household and wine business running.
I think if I didn't have a nanny, I would have probably had to sideline the business.
Smith is part of a small group of high-end nannies working for high-net-worth clients and earning 6 figures. She started out at $25,000 a year, a teacher's salary at the time.
32 years later, I am probably making about 5 times that amount. To me, it's just becoming part of a family. It's another family that you're part of.
Me being a single parent, a nanny is the best support you can ever have for your family.
April Berube founded the Wellington Agency, placing top-tier nannies in homes.
They want to have someone who's knowledgeable, skillful, just really have to have patience, passion, just a true love for children.
Berube says they are inundated with resumes.
This isn't just a babysitter. This is truly a partnership and a trust.
The jobs are competitive. Only about 5% of applicants with the Wellington Agency are matched with a client.
Giovanna Caprick made the cut and is working for a prominent South Florida family.
Now I'm making anywhere from like $150 to $170.
$150,000, and
I mean, some people don't make that in corporate America.
And that's before bonuses and all that other stuff. So sometimes it can be more than that.
In addition to the salary, Caprick has a health insurance stipend and an expense credit card to cover costs such as travel.
I'm a rotational nanny right now, and my schedule is 1 week on, 1 week off. We're also paid for that ability to be flexible. So there, it's, you know, on the drop of the dime, you have to be available.
And with the right skill set, some are turning the job into a lucrative and exclusive career. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Fort Lauderdale.
President Trump delays his ultimatum for Iran to reopen a key trade route. I'm Atra El-Nashar with why Iran's reaction is only causing more confusion about when this war will end.
Today was declared American Red Cross Month in the city of Syracuse, the proclamation honoring those who step up and take care of others. Red Cross Month began during World War II as a national call to action to address growing humanitarian needs. Now it's become an annual community tradition. Officials say the organization is all about the people who make a difference in our communities.
We bring hope to people that are in their darkest days. You know, they are hit with some kind of disaster. It could be man-made, it could be, from Mother Nature. And as soon as they see that, they know that there's somebody there to help them, that will respond to them and recover with them to help them along their path.
An American Red Cross flag was hoisted in front of City Hall. It's flying there tonight. Weather Authority meteorologist Violet Skyber is in. The flags are all getting blown around a little bit today.
Yeah, it was quite breezy. We've got this coastal system that's bringing us that wind, but also some really chilly temperatures. I mean, it is spring, but it definitely didn't feel like it today. However, we will be trading this colder air for some milder temperatures over the next couple of days. We've got a weak system rolling in for tomorrow. That's not really going to bring us much wet weather, but it will bring us some extra clouds for the afternoon. So not much in the way of sunshine, unfortunately. If you're heading out this evening, we do have some flakes flying for areas including Syracuse, along I-81 and to the west. But the snow in general is light and is going to stay that way. Plus, as we take a live look from our triple Doppler radar sponsored by Charles Heating and Air Conditioning, the snow is falling light, but temperatures are in the low to mid 30s. So once it hits the ground and roadways, it's just going to be melting. Not expecting much of it to stick. The snow does continue, though, as we go through this evening. Temperatures slowly fall through the 30s, eventually upper 20s by midnight, bottoming out in the mid-20s by sunrise tomorrow. We will be drying out by sunrise, but there will still be some lingering lake effect cloud cover. That low-level cloud will eventually shed away by midday to sunshine, and we briefly keep it for lunchtime. Temperatures in the mid-30s. Then through the afternoon, the clouds thicken up pretty quickly. We've got that warm front heading in from the west. It'll bring us some mid and upper level clouds, but at least we get some milder temperatures. We'll be climbing to the lower 40s for tomorrow afternoon. Small chance for a flurry, mainly far to the north in the evening, and again, that's along that warm front. In terms of snowfall totals, from now up until sunrise tomorrow, only about a coating for most places. Again, a lot of this is going to be melting. Best chance for an inch would be to the south and west of Syracuse. This includes places by Auburn, Spafford, Tully, Moravia, Cortland, Eaton, Marathon, and down towards Ithaca, Newfield, and Lodi. So really not much snowfall out of this, and anything that does accumulate is just going to melt in the days ahead. We'll be climbing to the 40s tomorrow, but then 50 on Wednesday, 60s on Thursday, nearly 20 degrees above where we should be this time of year, which is mid-40s. But then winter chill returns come Friday and Saturday, and the reason for this big temperature swing is our next strong weather system. The one that rolls in tomorrow, yes, it will bring us some mild temperatures, but it's a pretty weak system. Again, not much precip out of that one. A second stronger system arrives on Wednesday. This will bring a warm front first with increasing clouds and some evening to overnight light spotty rain showers and really not much precipitation from the warm front. But it's on the backside of this system for Thursday, the cold front, that'll be bringing us a line of strong, potentially severe thunderstorms. And we could get some snow on the backside with that colder air as well. So to sum up your forecast, tomorrow any early morning clouds shed away to sunshine midday, then extra clouds for the afternoon, lower 40s. 20s again at night, but warming up for Wednesday, high of 50. Dry during the daytime, couple of spotty showers and sprinkles for the evening to overnight. A better chance for rain Thursday afternoon and evening along a line of strong to severe thunderstorms. Temperatures will be in the 60s, but then dropping to the 30s for Friday and Saturday. Some batches of light snow showers. Drying out Sunday and warming up into the 40s, eventually 50 come Monday, Michael.
Thanks, Violet. As the war in Iran enters a third week, the fog of war grows thicker. Atra El-Nashar brings us new perspective tonight.
Conflicting messages out of Washington and Tehran Monday. It began with this social media post from President Trump saying the U.S. and Iran have had over the last 2 days very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. On Saturday, Trump gave Iran a Monday night deadline to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a vital passageway for oil, or he'd begin striking Iranian power plants. Now, Trump postponing strikes for 5 days subject to ongoing talks.
And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
Iran says there have been no talks, and there won't be. Its Foreign Affairs Ministry tells state media the U.S. president's statements are within the framework of efforts to reduce energy prices and gain time to implement his military plans. There are initiatives by regional countries to de-escalate tensions, and our response to all of them is clear. We are not the party that started this war, and all these requests should be referred to Washington.
We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement. Perhaps that hasn't been conveyed. The communication, as you know, has been blown to pieces.
Who is the Trump administration communicating with? Trump says it's not the new supreme leader.
We're dealing with the man who I believe is the most respected and the leader.
That's one of the things we'll learn in these dialogues. Who is in power? Are they in power? How is it working?
Energy Secretary Chris Wright says they won't accept an outcome in which Iran can still control the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian officials who say the two sides are not talking, sticking to their own hardline objectives. The Speaker of Iran's parliament says, "Our people demand the complete and humiliating punishment of the aggressors. All officials stand firmly behind their leader and people until this goal is achieved." Iran's National Defense Council says coordinating with Iran is the only way to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, and now threatens to lay naval mines along maritime trade routes beyond the Strait of Hormuz if Iranian coasts or islands are attacked. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar.
Looking ahead as construction around the 81 project starts to pick up steam, major downtown Syracuse events may have to move out next summer. The plan to move Clinton Square festivals somewhere else tonight on CBS 5 News at 11.
Here's what we're working on tonight for the CBS Evening News. All this trouble at America's airports. The TSA lines, they keep getting longer. Is anything going to fix this? We'll have a live report, a couple of them, in fact. And the collision at LaGuardia. What went wrong? What authorities are saying tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, it doesn't get much worse than today. Temperatures will go up over the next couple of days, starting to feel a bit more like spring. After highs were in the 30s, tomorrow we climb into the 40s, along with some midday sunshine, but then clouds for the afternoon. High of 50 on Wednesday, mostly cloudy, mainly dry day, other than a spotty shower in the evening to overnight. A better chance for rain on Thursday. We'll have some sun in the morning to midday, then a line of strong to severe thunderstorms for the afternoon to evening. High of 62 before that rain hits. Then winter returns for the end of the week, only in the 30s with some lake effect flurries early on Friday. Only a light accumulation possible. A weak system for Saturday with some more light snow, still in the 30s, but then we climb back into the 40s on Sunday, up to 50 by Monday. Michael?
Thank you, Violet. And that is CBS 5 News at 6 tonight. The evening news is next. We're back at 11 o'clock. I hope you're with us then. Good night.